Hey MJ traders and investors, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review. And we've got an awesome show coming at you today. We're going to be discussing Curaleaf and their fourth quarter and fiscal year-end 2020 financial results. We'll look at some news and events, and we'll look at the US and Canadian sectors as well. So we'll bring up the CURA chart here in just a moment. Before we jump in though, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. So we had a slight miss. We came in at 238.8 million USD. So that's US dollars for the quarter, and for the year we came in at 767.1 million. So almost $1 billion Canadian. That's some big amount of money there. And keep in mind that US is about 10 times the population as Canada, but we're seeing monster numbers from these US MSOs, and we were anticipating 239.18 million. So again, came in at 238.8, so a slight miss there. And we're seeing a pretty decent reaction here after hours, and we saw about a 13% move on Curaleaf going into the end of the day. We also saw that Todd Harrison tweeted out Curaleaf to buy EMMAC Life Sciences for around 285 million. And you're wondering who they are. They're Europe's largest independent cannabis company. So we're seeing more and more companies start to strategically plan their expansion into international borders and into Europe. We saw Hexo bought Cannabis to expand its presence internationally as well. So we'll go over the quarter results here and fiscal year end. So they had managed revenue of 653 million, up 161% from 2019, and 233.3 million, up 186 from 2019 respectively. They had fourth quarter 2020 adjusted EBITDA of 144.1 million, up 456% from 2019, and 53.8 million, up 289% from 2019 respectively. Man, that is impressive. So for the fiscal year end, it was 144.1 million adjusted EBITDA, up 456%. And for the quarter, 53.8 million, 289% from 2019. Those are some crazy numbers. So congrats to the Bulls. So you can check out the details in its entirety, but we'll just skim over this. So completed acquisition of Alternative Therapies Group. Completed, yada yada, not too important. R&D activities drove to launch 32 new formulated products. That's cool. So completed 8 acquisitions, including Select, Grassroots, Curaleaf, NJ, Arrow. So a few other companies there. Significantly expanded retail and wholesale operations. And R&D activities drove the launch of 82 new formulated products across these factors during the year. Post fourth quarter highlights. So they are to enter the European markets with the acquisition of EMMAC Life Sciences Limited. So they just confirmed it. Expected to close early in second quarter of 2021. So you can check out those press releases. Raised net proceeds of 240.6 million in public offering of 18,975,000 subordinate voting shares and net proceeds of 49.2 million. Opened 5 new stores since December 31st, 2020 in Florida, Pennsylvania, and Maine, bringing the total retail locations to 101. So, managed revenue fourth quarter was a record 233.3 million, an increase of 185%. So let's see final results. So what were their cash balance sheets? So as of December 31st, 2020, company's recent capital raises, it had 73.5 million of cash on hand, 291.5 million of outstanding debt, of unamortized debt discounts, and weighted average fully diluted shares during the year were 557.2 million. And there's the conference call and webcast information as well. So getting confirmation of that purchase. Stock was up very big today, up about 13%, and I just deleted it from my watch list by accident. So daily bounce was massive. We had a daily inside bar that broke bullish. That was the go sign. And from the low here of last week, we're up over 20%. So CURA, obviously the lead bull. We noticed that MJ was weaker USMJ was weaker than the Canadian sector and SPY, but definitely playing some catch up. On the bear list, we had BioHarvest, KBev, TAT. On the bull list, we had MMEN, GRWG, and Ian, then CURA. So CURA, daily bounce underway, and we have no real resistance up here until $21.99, so about $22. We closed above the EMAs, so let's see if the CURA earnings reaction can wake these bears up from their slumber. Or sorry, these bulls up from their slumber, because we haven't seen as much of a reaction to SPY's bounce. We've seen huge bounces in SPY and a little bit of a laggard here on USMJ, but you can see CL still within its daily inside bar, so a little bit weaker. GTII as well, and Trueleaf breaking out on its daily bounce. So Curaleaf obviously lead bull in the US MSOs in the tier 1. So we need to lose the hourly uptrend to be confident that the daily lower highs are set. I just did a broader market video. You can check that out. But essentially, it's a similar setup to SPY. We're just expecting daily lower highs. We still haven't changed the daily trend. We're still in daily downtrends. We saw huge volume today on Curaleaf and closed near the high of the day. So it's entirely possible we see a gap up and continuation on the daily tomorrow. But again, watching that $22 resistance level as the most likely scenario is just a daily lower high, and then we'll scout daily higher lows, and then we'll attempt for daily trend changes. So that's pretty much where we stand in terms of the daily chart. On the weekly, we're back above the weekly 10-week moving average, which is sitting at 1961. The stochastic and the MACD were trending lower and we're very bearish, but we'll see if bulls can get those bullish again by the end of the week. On the moving averages, we're still well above the 50 and the 100 weekly moving average, down at $12 and $10 respectively. On the daily chart, we're back above the 50-day moving average. We lost it last week and likely stopped out a lot of people and ultimately held the 100-day moving average. I added some at $16, added some at $18, and I added some again last week when we had that consolidation. And back above the 50-day moving average, it's looking good. We also never lost the weekly VWAP on CURA. And we had the 20 weekly moving average there that held as well. So nice entries there from the lows of Friday last week. So we'll take a look at the Canadian space. So SNDL saw a huge move today. It was up about 20%. High of the day was $1.45. And we called this out in our group. I entered this trade. I just posted out to the group saying that I was interested in an SNDL trade. On Friday, we had support at 93 cents. And look where we bounced off of, 93 cents. I was swinging a position over the weekend, fairly decent size. But from those lows, up about 60%. GME and AMC, all the short squeeze names were running today as well, which gave me confidence. And on Friday, which gave me confidence swinging SNDL. And we knew it was getting overextended. We had support at 93. We were just at $4 not that long ago. And we were down to 93. Can you believe it? I remember people at $2 saying, buy it now. It's going to the moon. It's, the best MJ stock there is. And then I said, cautious. We were pretty extended, and then a 75% drop. So if you put $1,000 into this stock, just a little over a month, about 2 months later, you'd only have $250. So this is why we cautioned, and I said I was interested in SNDL around somewhere between $2 and $1, and it was an absolute gift that it got it under $1. But 93 cents, I sold some today at 125, sold another piece at around $1.40. So I'm still swinging about half of that position, maybe 40% of my original position, but I'm essentially all profit now for the most part, and very comfortable trade. Still swinging about 3,000 shares or so. But I like SNDL here. We didn't have any resistance until $1.53 on the daily, and then after that we have resistance at 164, and then after that a lack of resistance up until $4. Insane. March 17th we have earnings, so keep an eye on that as well. So on the bull list, we had SNDL, APHA, PWR, OGI. On the bear list, we had High Tide, So just like SPY, we're cautious here as this could be daily lower highs. We still yet to change the daily trend on most of these names. Hexo had a nice move today, but could be topping out at the EMAs here. Earnings coming up on the 18th, so a week from Thursday. So we have a lot of earnings coming out in the next few weeks in terms of LPs, mostly MSOs though. So we'll continue to monitor the earnings reactions and lots of volatility leading up into that. But I'm going to be swinging some Hexo, absolutely swinging some Hexo into earnings. I entered at 590, 570, and 560 on Friday last week and sold some today. Sold, I think I had about 5,000 shares in Hexo, and today I sold about 1,500 or 2,000 of those shares into profit. But a solid bounce on Hexo as well from the lows. You're looking at about 25% bounce. So I sold those just to de-risk a little bit. And again, with SPY potentially topping out, setting its daily lower highs. Still in daily downtrends on SPY, the S&P 500, and Hexo, and most names in the cannabis sector. We will anticipate daily lower highs, and then we'll look to form higher lows, change those daily trends, and then we can be confident that this move is for real and that our weekly higher lows are set. So that's going to be the case for most names, all looking for weekly higher lows, all needing to change their daily trend. So if SPY pulls back tomorrow, that increases the odds that we see pullbacks across the US sector, or sorry, the cannabis sector, and we'll scout daily higher lows just like SPY, and we'll continue to monitor that correlation with the overall broader market. So let me know in the comments below if you're swinging Curaleaf, what you think of their earnings. I think it was a blowout, even though they missed on their revenue. I think it was a blowout earnings. We have the acquisition with EMMAC Life Sciences as well. So we'll see how the market reacts. Keep in mind that we did pump about 13% here. And from the low of Friday, we haven't consolidated since $17. So because we missed on revenue, it is entirely possible that we see our daily lower highs set. And if we see weakness in SPY, that's going to increase the odds as well. But given the fact that we ran that much into the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sell the news event and we see consolidation tomorrow. And again, if we see weakness in SPY, then I would definitely expect consolidation and some weakness in Curaleaf tomorrow as well. So thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review. And we'll see you tomorrow after market close for another daily market recap. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you again soon.